It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Miami Dolphins and the Los Angeles Chargers. Next on Madden NFL 24.
From the second largest city in the U.S., Los Angeles, California, we've got football as EA Sports coverage of the NFL is on the air. But today, two AFC teams set to do battle. It should be a good one, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins taking on the L.A. Chargers. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Well, Charles, September is here. The 2023 season just about to get started. So many storylines to pay attention to. What are you most keeping an eye on as the start of the season moves closer?
Well, partner, I'm glad you asked because we're going to start, obviously, Aaron Rodgers and the Jets. That's a huge story. How about Kansas City? Could they win their third title in 5 years? We know some teams are trying to get there. Buffalo, Cincinnati, Philadelphia, San Francisco, all should contend. And how about some of those sleeper teams? I think the Chargers and Pittsburgh in the AFC, Carolina, Detroit in the NFC. It's going to be an exciting season.
Here's Jason Sanders now to get this one started, and we are underway in Southern California. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. So the Charger offense making its way out, and at the controls is the league's second leading passer a year ago. At 25 years of age, out of Oregon, it's Justin Herbert.
The Chargers just continue to improve and take steps forward under the quiet leadership of Herbert, who's been the most productive quarterback in league history through his first 3 seasons. Over 4,700 yards last year. He's expecting to crack the 5,000-yard mark in this season.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run. But for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Eckler going to get it again on second down. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Running on first down, Eckler. And he'll be taken down here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. We're scoreless after 1. Charger football to start quarter number 2 as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. Back to throw here, Herbert. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Third and 2. Now it's Herbert. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. That third down conversion good for 23.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. Justin Herbert looking to pass. They'll find Everett there, complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. So 8 yards on the completion there, and they'll be left with second and a couple. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. This is swung out to Eckler. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on third down. Herbert now. And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. Donald Parham as the first half is winding down. And the Chargers have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Well, that drive felt like it took up an eternity. We finally have some action on the scoreboard.
Yeah, but plenty of action prior to, because that drive took up all the first quarter before we spilled into the second, and finally, points were registered.
On the other sideline, they're chomping at the bit just to get the football. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And it's now a 7-0 game. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Dolphins set to go on offense for the first time behind their 25-year-old quarterback, now in his 4th NFL season, Tua Tagovailoa.
Injuries overshadowed a great season from Tua last season. He led a Miami passing game that was one of the best in the league, and even more importantly, took them to the postseason for the first time in 6 years. That jump they were looking for from it absolutely occurred.
They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's second down now. So we've reached halftime with just the lone touchdown here. 7-0 is our score. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to our downtown Orlando studios and this EA Sports halftime report. The Chargers were led in the first half by their star quarterback, Justin Herbert. His touchdown pass is the only score of the game thus far, as his guys hold a 7-0 lead to this point.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Just the one touchdown in that first half. 7-0 our score as we get going in quarter number 3. This taken in right around the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. So Miami coming out for their second drive. But, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll bring up second down. Tua sets up to pass it. This one to the former Robbie Anderson, now Robbie Chosen. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And his throw is incomplete.
So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Tua setting up shop to throw again. And that is incomplete.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. That is caught. They'll have the first down and more than that. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Durham Smythe, 60 yards. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying this ball game here in the final moments of the third quarter. Charles, that was a heck of a play.
It truly was, because when he made that catch, he had to shake through some people, right? So that play, to me, a highlight film that should be accompanied by bass music, right? I mean, boom, 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 and he finds his way to the end zone. Terrific play.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good, and they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this third quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. This one, all we could have asked for. All tied, final minute as it kicks away here. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Throwing, Herbert. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Two timeouts still in their back pocket. It's 1st and 10. Herbert going to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And incomplete on the deep ball. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now. Herbert. Finding Allen, and he'll be out of bounds after gaining about 5. That stops the clock, but slow and steady won't win the race at this point. A big play looming on 3rd down. Now Herbert. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down.
Defense.
Thought they were going to force a 4th down. Instead, P.I. gives them the first.
And that's frustrating because you think you've taken them really deep into the count, haven't you? Instead, you've got to start all over. That can really, really be demoralizing.
They can't beat us straight up. It's rock and roll, baby. That's what it is. That's what it is, baby. Right now. Let's go, man. Bring it.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to almost certainly win the football game. And this one is right down Broadway. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the first quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
Now, after the Dicker field goal, he's back out, ready to send it away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. One final try for Tagovailoa. A throw left sideline falls incomplete. Well, it took us until the final play, Charles, to officially decide a winner, although on that last play they were so backed up it would have taken a miracle, and they couldn't get that miracle done.
Well, I like how you stayed with it because we both knew that this had to go down to the last play, and neither side was going to exhale until that play concluded because we've seen the improbable before. A couple of laterals, maybe some poor defense on the back end. They might have gone all the way to the end zone. In this case, though, it didn't happen. Perhaps next time.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been